Good day. My name is Matome Mrotoba from the National Consumer Tribunal, and today we will be discussing debt rearrangement applications that are filed at the National Consumer Tribunal. Establishment and mandate of the National Consumer Tribunal. The NCT Tribunal was established in terms of Section 26 of the National Credit Act 34 of 2005, normally referred to as the NCA, and it has jurisdiction throughout the Republic. It is a juristic person and it is a tribunal of record. The tribunal exercises its functions in terms of the NCA and CPA, being the Consumer Protection Act. To that end, we deal with a variety of cases related to CPA and NCA. We have created two categories, that the first one being DRAs, the one being discussed currently, and number two, non-DRAs. So these are ones that are not debt rearrangement applications. Composition of the National Consumer Tribunal. So the tribunal is composed of the tribunal and the operational section. So the tribunal, those are the adjudicators, in other words, the members, including the chairperson. So not less than 10 members can be appointed on a full or part-time basis. The operational section consists of the COO, the Chief Operations Officer, who manages the 4 business units. Those are the Registrar's Office, ICT, Finance, and Corporate Services. Establishment and mandate of the National Consumer Tribunal. The mandate of the tribunal was expanded by the NCA amendment to also include the following matters: additional prohibited conduct, so reckless credit matters and prohibited collection of prescribed debts, matters involving debt counselors as payment distribution agents, alternative dispute resolution agents, and payment distribution agents. The tribunal is guided but not bound to precedent. Our own judgments do not prescribe our own future decisions. Tribunal members are allowed to exercise judicial discretion. Debt rearrangement applications. A debt rearrangement application is brought by a debt counselor, normally referred to as a DC, on behalf of a consumer to rearrange the consumer's credit agreement obligations as agreed with the consumer's credit providers. Though these are agreements entered into between the DCs and credit providers on behalf of consumers, the NCT interrogates these settlements carefully as they may contain 1. Illegal interest rates, 2. Credit providers not being consented to the DRA or some of the accounts, 3. Repayment terms longer than the reasonable work life of the consumer, 4. Repayment agreements that do not settle the debt, 5. Insufficient provision for consumers' living expenses, and finally, unaffordable repayments. Expected output of DRAs. The tribunal adjudicates on and either confirms or refuses an application filed by a debt counselor to consensually rearrange a consumer's debt. The application requires consent by the consumer, generally through a power of attorney, and by all the consumer's creditors, generally through acceptance letters. When tasked with adjudication of this type of application, the tribunal member either grants the application by issuing a consent order or refuses the application by issuing a refusal order. Methods of filing. So the first method of filing is e-filing or XML. So this is generally the preferred type of filing, and it is online, and the DC, being the filing party, uploads the relevant documents. And the other method of filing is manual filing, where the DC will submit the application on our registry email. What is e-filing? E-filing is the system used by the NCT wherein debt counselors register on the system and file all DRA applications online. This allows the DC to open an e-purse account. An e-purse account is a designated bank account administered by the NCT for processing of a DC's applications wherein the user deposits money. So when an e-purse is used, for as long as there is enough money for an application into the account, then the application will go through. The e-filing process. So the first step is registration, which entails that you register on our website and provide three of the following documents: a valid NCRDC registration certificate, alternatively proof that fees have been paid for the certificate. The second one is proof of business address. This can be phone contracts, electricity, etc. And the last, a copy of an ID. And the second step in the filing process is loading payment and linking to profile. The third, complete capturing process for application via e-filing. The fourth, you will wait for your order. This is generally less than 35 days. And five, you will receive your order. So this will be either granted or refused. The benefits of e-filing. So one of the benefits is that it increases accessibility. So the DC can file the application from anywhere in the country and they will be adjudicated electronically. Another benefit is that e-filing is cost efficient. So there is no need for the DCs to attend motion court and print documents in preparation for their bundles. Another benefit is that it creates certainty. The system will allow the DC to review their application before submission, and if there are any outstanding information, the system will not allow the application to go through. Only applications wherein there is enough credit on ePurse will go through. So this simply means if you have enough money application fee wise, then your application will in fact go through. The waiting time for an order is less than 35 days. Withdrawal of applications can be processed and approved via e-filing. Refusals issued as a result of a system error will be dealt with by way of filing a fee waiver. So a fee waiver allows one to refile the application again without having to put up the application amount again. Training on how to use and register on the system is available to debt counselors every Friday via MS Teams. And if anyone would like to join us for the weekly training session, please email registry@thenct.org.za. Well, we've reached the end of our presentation and thank you for being a part of it.